one important thing is we are trying to develop some awareness about human rights in the school population. As you know, in 1948, Universal Declaration of Human Rights was passed by the United Nations. But unfortunately, many people in our country do not know about this UDHR. So as Education and Training Unit, we are trying to develop a kind of awareness among the school population, among the students and teachers and principals about the human rights issues and human rights, generally human rights. And so then what we have done is, now we have met the Director General of the NIE, National Institute of Education. NIE is in charge of curriculum development in the country. It is under the ministry. So the Director General of NIE is very positive, and he has told us that he will give fullest cooperation to include human rights into the school curriculum. So we have already planned for some training program. We will call some people related to human rights, curriculum developers, and we will train it. And number two, we want to bring this human rights aspect into the curriculum of teacher education. NIE is again in charge of teacher education. They are running all these colleges of education. We have 16, 17 colleges of education. In the meantime, the postgraduate diploma in education is conducted by the universities. About 4 or 5 universities are conducting the postgraduate diploma. And I have met some deans of the faculties, and they are also in favor of the suggestion that we must include the human rights issues, human rights information in the teacher education curriculum. So in the future, human rights will be included in the school syllabus, school curriculum, as well as teacher education curriculum. So our Sri Lankan community will be able to understand what is human rights. So that is one important thing we are doing. The second one is we are working with disabled people. I like to use the word differently able people. Nobody is disabled, right? So we are using the word differently able people. So we are conducting some training program to understand the difficulties, problems of the human rights issue of the differently able people. So we already planned some training, and we are already in it. So that is also help the differently able people into get into the integrated into the Sri Lankan society. They should not be treated as a different people, but they are differently able people. So the commission is at it, and we are trying to do some work on the differently able people. And the third one is the child right unit. We have a child right unit in the commission, and we try to propagate the rights of the children among the teachers, among the general public, and the people involved in that. So that is child right unit, and mostly we are making awareness program about the child rights. So that's the third one. And also I will say that we are working with the UNDP and other international organizations, and trying to develop training, education and training related to human rights. And one of the most important things that we are doing is we want to have a general survey or a kind of fact-finding mission about the plantation Tamil people, plantation people. So if you ask me why we should do it, the plantation people are in a very bad situation in the country. Up to 1948, they were disenfranchised, but that problem is over. Now they are part of the Sri Lankan society. Everybody is a citizen. But anyhow, when you study about them in terms of literacy rate, computer literacy rate, and no schooling, and that kind of university education like that, they are far behind from the national ratios. For example, I will take the poverty level in the country. It is 4%, about 4%, maybe different 4%. But the poverty level of the plantation Tamil community is about 9%. So that is very serious thing. We can't leave a set of people like that. And the literacy is about 98%, 95, 98% in the country, but the plantation community has about 85%. And no schooling is about 4% in the country, but the plantation it is 12%. And the university education is about 6% in the country, and the plantation people about 1%. And even the stunted growth among the children is about 18% in the country, and among the plantation communities of 40%. So the commission has the commission idea is not to keep them as them. So we must understand why they are living like that. And about 80% people are living in estate livelihoods. So that we can't do anything, the commission can't do anything about it, but we can study about their present situation. It is important to understand them, and they must be brought to the national level. Otherwise, we will have a group of people very dissatisfied and disgruntled. So what we have done is we are planning to take a fact-finding mission, and we will be starting soon. We have find a person to do this, and after some time, about 2-3 months, we will know the real situation of the plantation people. We are planning to go to the people and talk to them, their representatives, their real situation, so that we can make a report to the commission, and commission can take some action on that. So these are the things done in under the education and training unit. Later you will be able to ask answer your questions, and the director is there. Yeah, you can ask questions later.